Imagine being the CEO of your own AI team. Agents that handle everything from brainstorming ideas to managing your daily grind. Sounds like the future? Well, it's already here. Stick around because by the end, you'll know why these AI agents could change everything and what makes them truly AI dope.
Ever wish you had like a team of, digital assistants like at your fingertips, ready to just like tackle your to-do list? I mean,
yeah, that's kind of the picture that Don Allen Stevenson III paints for us.
He's a AI expert and author of Make a Seat, and the subject of this deep dive.
Yeah, that vision's becoming reality pretty quickly, We're seeing these AI agents that can handle a whole bunch of tasks.
Like even crazy stuff. Like we've got articles about AI controlling your web browser, writing YouTube titles.
Oh, yeah.
Even transcribing like your entire day. Like, where do we even begin?
So one of the coolest things that's happening right now is this computer use feature from Anthropic for their AI Claude.
Okay.
It lets Claude actually control your browser.
Yeah.
Like literally opening tabs, searching for stuff, even putting data together into spreadsheets.
Whoa.
It's like you gave a job to one of those like magic paintings in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And it just like popped out and did it for you.
So like I can tell Claude, hey, go research the best noise canceling headphones.
Yeah.
Compare prices and give me like a summary of the top contenders.
Yep. And while that's happening, you're going and making a coffee.
Oh my God.
And that's really just the beginning. Don talks about becoming like the CEO of your own AI team with all these like specialized agents for all these different tasks. So like you could have one writing, amazing YouTube titles, generating those thumbnails.
Right.
While another one is like researching topics for your next video or
oh, wow.
even summarizing all your meetings from the day.
Wait, hold on. Summarize my meetings. Like, tell me more about that.
Yeah, so Don actually uses a device called the PhotoAI Note Pen. It's this like wearable AI assistant that listens in on your conversations.
With permission, hopefully.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right.
With consent. And then it transcribes and summarizes like the main points. It's super helpful for conferences or brainstorming sessions.
Or just like remembering what your boss even said 2 hours ago.
Exactly. You walk out of a meeting and you've got this like perfect, concise summary without having to go through pages of notes.
That changes everything. That's insane. But it also makes me think about like people who are maybe scared of being replaced by AI.
All right.
Especially like in those creative fields.
Yeah. Yeah. And Don definitely gets that fear, especially for like specialists. But he says that AI shouldn't be seen as a replacement, more like a tool to make things better. He uses the example of Runway's Take One feature.
Okay.
It lets anybody create animated videos with lip syncing and even emotional expression.
Wow.
Even if they've never done any animation before.
So like someone with a great story but zero animation skills could just like suddenly make their vision come to life.
Yeah, exactly. And Don, with his background at DreamWorks, he has a really unique take on this.
Right.
He points out that like keeping an audience engaged really comes down to how good the story is, even if the visuals are really simple. You know those like early animatic versions of films?
Animatic, sorry, I'm not familiar with that term.
Yeah, so an animatic is basically like a rough storyboard, but it's like brought to life with basic animation and sound. And filmmakers use it to like test the pacing and the flow of the story before they actually commit to doing the whole like full animation.
That's interesting.
And what's really cool is that people were totally captivated by these animatics. It proved that a good story can really shine through even with like basic visuals.
So AI tools like Take One could actually be like leveling the playing field for people.
Yeah.
Giving more people the chance to tell their stories no matter like how much money they have or what their technical background is.
Exactly. It's all about making creativity more accessible. And that could lead to a much wider range of stories being told.
With more diverse voices and perspectives too.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Hey, want our free AI dope top AI tools that we use? Chat below. It's our live Google Sheets packed with over 100 killer tools, video, music, photos, AI voices, productivity, script writing, YouTube hacks, captions, the works, always growing, live Google Sheet, always free, AI, dope top AI tools that we use. Download and chat below. Back to the show.
If AI makes it so easy for anyone to make stuff, does that mean like the overall quality, everything's going to drop?
Well, Don says the whole idea of quality is subjective. Like, think about South Park. It's super popular, even though the animation is, like, deliberately simple.
Right.
AI could actually lead to more variety, catering to different tastes.
So it's less about replacing traditional media and more about like expanding what's possible,
Yeah,
opening up those avenues for creative expression.
exactly. It's all about opening doors, not closing them. And Don, in his own way, is like swinging those doors wide open.
Yeah. He seems like a pretty interesting guy.
He is. He's a self-proclaimed gadget guru, always trying out new ways to bring AI into his creative process.
Uh-huh.
He even hacked his Meta Ray-Ban glasses to run ChatGPT.
Wait. He did what? He got ChatGPT running on sunglasses.
He did. It just shows his whole maker mindset. You know, he sees the potential of these tools, and he's not afraid to bend the rules a little bit. And get this, he even wore those glasses while he was proposing to his wife.
Oh, wow.
And captured her reaction from his point of view. He called it a clear mirror moment.
Okay. That's both incredibly romantic and a little creepy.
Yeah.
But it definitely shows how AI could really enhance personal experiences.
Right.
Though it does make you wonder about the ethical side of things.
Oh, absolutely. It's important to remember that any powerful technology comes with ethical stuff to think about.
It really seems like the big takeaway here is that AI isn't about replacing human creativity. It's about like adding to it.
Yeah.
You know, giving us new tools to tell stories in ways we couldn't before.
Exactly. It's like giving a paintbrush to somebody who's never painted before. It doesn't mean they're going to make a masterpiece, but it gives them the chance to try it out, you know?
Right. And speaking of trying things out, you mentioned Don's a bit of a gadget guru.
He is.
What other AI tools is he using?
Well, besides his ChatGPT sunglasses,
Yeah.
he loves the Insta360 Flow Pro.
Okay.
It's basically like this robotic arm that's your own personal cameraman.
Whoa.
It follows you around and gets this really professional looking footage.
So no more shaky hands.
Nope.
Or like begging strangers to film you.
Exactly. It gives you so much freedom to like focus on what you're doing in your story without worrying about all the technical stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's perfect for vloggers or dancers, anyone who wants to make those really cool dynamic videos.
Sounds like something straight out of a movie. It's like you've got your AI assistant planning your day, your AI sunglasses whispering jokes in your ear, and a robot cameraman following you around. It's wild.
It is. It's like he's living in the future.
Yeah.
And that's what's so exciting about this whole AI thing. It's not just the tech itself.
Yeah.
It's about all these new ways of thinking and creating that it makes possible.
Right. It's about changing how we see things and what it even means to be a creator.
Exactly. And Don's a perfect example. He's not just talking about AI, he's like living and breathing it.
Yeah.
He's showing us that we can all be these modern storytellers,
Right.
empowered by AI.
It all circles back to stories, doesn't it? Like no matter what tools or technology we're using, it's that human connection that really matters.
Oh, for sure. AI can help us like polish our stories, make the visuals better, and even reach more people. But at the heart of it all,
Yeah.
it's the human part that gives a story its power.
It's like those campfire stories we used to tell as kids.
Right.
It wasn't about special effects or anything.
Right.
It was just about being together and connecting with each other.
And that's what we have to remember with all this AI stuff. It's not about losing that human touch.
Yeah.
It's about making it stronger, using these tools to tell stories that really move people and inspire them.
So how do we do that? How do we embrace this AI revolution without losing that human connection?
That's something Don thinks about a lot. He wants creators to see AI as a partner, a collaborator in the creative process. He believes that AI can help us do things we couldn't do before,
Right.
unlock these new possibilities, and help us tell stories that are more impactful and more real.
So it's about choosing the right tool for the job,
Yeah.
understanding what AI can and can't do, and using it strategically to really bring your vision to life.
Exactly. It's about being smart and ethical, making sure we're not letting the tech control the story.
Right. So it's about us being in control, not the other way around.
Yeah. Exactly. We're like the conductor of our own creative orchestra. AI is just one of the instruments, but it's our heart that makes the music.
I like that. This whole world of AI and creativity is so fascinating and complex. And it feels like we're just getting started.
Oh, yeah. There's so much more to explore.
And who better to lead the way than Don Allen Stevenson III?
Yeah, he's a real pioneer.
He's not just showing us what's possible, he's making us imagine what could be.
He is. He's inspiring us to really embrace the unknown and write the next chapter in the story of human creativity.
It's like a call to action for all of us to dive into this new world with curiosity
Yeah.
and a willingness to push those boundaries. Who knows what stories we'll tell, what worlds we'll create when we really unleash our imagination with AI?
That's the exciting part. The future's wide open, and we have the tools to shape it, to tell stories that make a difference and connect with people. It's a really amazing time to be a storyteller.
Absolutely.
And with AI on our side, the possibilities are endless.
You know, it's really cool to hear how Don's using AI to do all this stuff. But I gotta admit, I'm still a little bit, hesitant about this whole AI agent thing. You know, giving AI that much control, especially with, my money.
Oh, yeah, I get it. It's a big step to trust AI with something that important. But Don's whole thing is about taking it slow and setting those boundaries.
Okay.
He really stresses how important it is to be transparent and in control with AI agents.
So it's not about, handing over everything.
Yeah.
It's more about, setting those limits and permissions. Like we do with any other financial tool, right?
Exactly. Don actually sees a future where we can customize our AI agents to match our values and how much risk we're okay with.
Oh, yeah.
It's like training a personal assistant, teaching them your habits and how you want them to make decisions.
That makes me feel a little better about it. But there's always that little voice in the back of my head that's like, what if it goes rogue? Like that whole sci-fi thing where the AI takes over.
That's a totally fair concern. And Don actually talks about that a lot. He thinks it's super important to have open conversations about AI, between the people making it, the people in charge of the rules, and everyone else.
Yeah.
To make sure we're developing and using these AI agents responsibly.
So basically being proactive and thinking ahead about the risks.
Right. And putting safeguards in place to prevent them.
So it's finding that balance between innovating and being responsible.
Yeah.
Between pushing the limits but not crossing any lines.
Exactly. It's about realizing that what we do has consequences, both for us as creators and for everyone who uses this tech.
Right. It's about asking those tough questions and having those discussions.
Yeah.
So we can create a future where AI is helping us, not the other way around.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's a reminder that we're not just watching this AI thing happen.
Yeah.
We have a say in it. We have a responsibility to speak up and help shape the future we want.
That's a powerful message. And Don's work really shows that. He's not just building the tools.
Yeah.
He's out there talking about what it all means.
He is.
The ethics, the risks, the big picture stuff. He's showing us that we can be innovative and responsible at the same time.
And that's a really important message. So where do we go from here? What's next?
That's a great question. Where do we go from here? What's the next chapter in this whole AI story?
Well, Don thinks the next big thing is making AI a seamless part of our lives, in a way that feels natural and helpful. He sees a future where AI agents know what we need before we even ask.
Wow.
And they help us reach our goals, all while respecting our values and choices.
It sounds kind of like a utopia, but it also feels like it could actually happen.
It could. The technology is moving so fast. The key, like Don says, is to be both optimistic and cautious.
Right.
Excited about the possibilities, but also thinking critically about what could go wrong.
So embracing the future, but not being naive about it?
Exactly. And that's a great way to wrap up this whole deep dive. It's about being open to the amazing things AI can do, but also being aware of the potential downsides. It's about pushing the limits of what's possible while still remembering what makes us human.
It's about shaping a future where AI and human creativity work together.
Yeah.
To make the world a smarter, more creative, and ultimately more human place.
I think Don would agree with that.
Yeah.
And if his story is anything to go by, that future is closer than we think.
And if you want another AI dope deep dive, check this next video and ask yourself, how lucky are we to live in these AI dope times?